Donkey Kong Bananza had a specific world that I just have to talk about because I actually saw it in concept art that Nintendo shared via their Q&A, and they showed 3 worlds we've already seen and 1 we have not seen before. And it's this wild picture of what looks to be some type of amusement park at night with food everywhere. And I was really hoping that this would enter the game because I immediately said to myself, this is going to become one of my favorite worlds ever because I love that theme, kind of like amusement park food and stuff. It looked like, in my opinion, a better version of the Paulygon food luncheon kingdom of Super Mario Odyssey, which I still really love that kingdom. It just didn't do a whole lot for me because the food just all felt fake. It all felt like nothing but rocks, where this time around, they really dug deep on the food and amusement park aesthetic, and oh, I love it. But real quick, this is your warning if you do not want to get spoiled of one of the last worlds in the game. You've been warned, but let's dive into what Nintendo calls the feast layer. This layer, without a doubt, was one of my favorites in the entire game, and something that I actually think is one of my favorite worlds in any 3D platformer. It has a little bit of everything. So the entire world is one big amusement park ran by some sort of lion. We don't get to see the lion that actually made this or any type of lion civilization in this game, which I thought was weird because you even had some stones shaped like lions. You had a whole world based on giraffes as well, and the giraffes weren't there. Apparently they all went back to the surface or something, but either way, I would have really loved to see lions. Maybe Leongar from Kirby and the Forgotten Land is the one who made this. I don't know, but I thought it was really cool. You have this giant amusement park with different rides and themed sections and stuff, and you have to go around and hit around 5 to 6 switches scattered around the amusement park, and each switch will cause more toppings to fall on a giant cheeseburger, which will then allow you to reach the top of the lion Ferris wheel. But let me just show you and tell you some of the things that you'll be doing and experiencing in this world because I thought it was so cool. There's a giant minecart that works like a roller coaster that wraps the entire theme park, and you can actually throw rocks at tons of fossils that are off the beaten path that you can only see from this roller coaster ride. You can even change the tracks and go to little pit stops along the roller coaster that might have a Banandium gem off on a little island or some more fossils, but it's just so satisfying. You can ride this little roller coaster, like I said, around the entire park, but there's also tons of little mini parks that are all scattered throughout this big one. There's one area that takes you into a giant deep fryer with hot boiling oil and these giant salt blocks that are moving along the oil, and you have to use them to get rid of the poison. You can see giant french fries and stuff frying in that oil, and it's just a really cool looking area. And I really love the music here. It kind of feels like a fast food worker at night and you're playing some old 90s tune on a radio that's in the background. I don't know, I can't really explain it, but you'll get the gist if you just listen. Take a listen. There's also a creepy little graveyard area where the music gets really dull and creepy, and there's lots of purple fog and clouds all over the area. In this area, you'll have another minecart or kind of roller coaster boss fight now, but it's a remix against Mad Mixer that you fought earlier on in the game. This time you're throwing salt and boom rocks, and it's just really cool. You're fighting it over a giant deep fryer once again. Now, I think another reason I really love this world is because there's parts that looks like it's pulled directly from Super Mario Sunshine, and I absolutely love it. So much of this world reminds me of Peanut Park, but just done so much better. Remember the giant gondola ships that would swing back and forth? This time they're not moving upside down or super fast or even feel clunky to jump on. It feels like they're meant to be jumped on as an obstacle platform, and it works so well. There's then a little merry-go-round section full of acid around each door where you need to throw salt at them in order to open up the doorways. And then once again, there's the final area with the giant Ferris wheel. And the way you get up there is so stinking cool, man. The giant cheeseburger is now complete, which means you can get to the Ferris wheel, but you pretty much chew and punch and dig your way through the cheeseburger in order to reach the top of it. And each layer of meat or vegetable that you're walking or punching through has a unique sound to it, which actually sounds like you're punching through meat or through lettuce or through a bun. I mean, listen to this stuff. And it's not even just the sounds. Look at the textures of some of the meat and the vegetables and stuff. The meat has like this little grainy texture where you can see like the pieces of chunks inside of it, the pieces of fat and everything. There's like little light colored pieces and darker colored pieces. The vegetables, everything. It's just the detail on just the food alone in a Donkey Kong game had me intrigued. I'm sorry, it did. And obviously you can climb up to the top or even ride in the carts of the Ferris wheel. Once again, just putting together an absolutely phenomenal world. And you're not even done yet because there's a whole second part that takes you underground to like a factory. It almost kind of feels like if you've ever watched Good Burger from Nickelodeon, like you're going into Mondo Burger and it's just like this giant factory of fake meat that they're making and stuff. It's a bunch of sludge. I don't know. I love it. It's just kind of like almost like a jab at like fast food or something. Like it's all being processed in a factory down below. On the outside it looks good, but on the inside it's actually bad for you. I mean, you'll even fight a giant slug snail monster down there, so it just leads more to that belief. But dude, this world is so awesome. From top to bottom, it had so much packed into it. I was so excited to see that concept art actually came to fruition and it actually turned into an awesome area in the game. I mean, I still would have loved to see the lions appear in some capacity, you know, just seeing more animals. I don't know what it is, but I feel like going to each layer and seeing new animals always just made me super excited. Like only Donkey Kong, only Nintendo could get me excited about seeing animals. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, the snakes live here, or oh, the elephants live in this area. So I just really would have loved to see like lions working all the vendors or something. That would have been really cool, or at least just one big lion, you know, that we even got to fight or something. But once again, I think that's where Kirby and the Forgotten Land stepped up. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me know if you've played this world yet and how you enjoyed it, because I absolutely loved it. Not just because I also found a fossil for Chaos, which was a boss from Donkey Kong Country 3 I never thought I'd see again. But also considering the fact that just, you know, it's an amusement park with food. I mean, what kind of killjoy in the world would think this is a bad world? But at the end of the day, it's definitely probably my favorite world in the entire game, and one of my favorites that Nintendo has made in a very long time. But let me know down below what you thought of the feast layer. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Make sure to leave a like and subscribe before you head out. And like always, I'll see you all on the next one. Have a blessed day, guys. See ya.